Hello, happy hump day. Today is going to be a short live, just very busy day for me. I have two kids out of the house. One's not coming back today. She's at a 2 week overnight camp, but I have one that went to a camp. She's at a friend's house. I have to pick her up. Another one here who's bored. And so I'm trying to keep him occupied. We're watching the Olympics. I don't know if you can see it right there. I got on a few seconds late because I wanted to watch that. I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name, Frederickson or something, but I just have been enjoying watching the Olympics. And so this is the men's all around and individual medals. And I just have been really enjoying sitting watching the Olympics. I don't know if anyone else is watching the Olympics. Um, it is very toasty here today. Don't really have much as far as news to share with you guys or anything. I don't see any comments. I see my mom saying, "Hey, mom is the moderator. Hi, mom." I am very much, we have a very busy August coming up, so I'm looking forward to the month, but I'm also like, I can't believe it's already August. My dog's being lazy, so I hope she stays that way and doesn't disrupt the live. But today's OMAD, I'm looking forward to it. We are picking up burrito tacos. I think I probably mentioned this last week, but with my vegetarian being at camp for 2 weeks, we're trying to like get in food that she normally does not. Like last week, I think on Wednesday it was chicken a la king. I kind of remember telling you guys that it was delicious. But things that are hard to make vegetarian or Calvin's vying for my attention already. I knew this would be kind of a problem. But picking up burrito tacos from a restaurant, they have a lot of meat things, so there's not much that she picks or would be interested in there. So we're getting that while she's gone, and then Matt said I should either make burrito tacos or pick them up, and since restaurant always wins in my opinion, I picked that. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm also going to have a giant salad here. And I'll be honest, I'm probably looking forward to that most. I'm making a short on this, but something I've been obsessed with in my eating window is using broccoli slaw as the base for a salad. It is the crunchiest, most delicious base of a salad. Please stop, Cal. I'm already frustrated. I've been live for 2.5 minutes, but broccoli slaw is super crunchy, and if you like the taste of like broccoli and broccoli stalks, it's really, really yummy. And then I put pepitas on it, blue cheese, and then ranch is what I've been doing, and then maybe croutons or just different things. But it's so good, and I'm looking forward to that more than I'm looking forward to even the burrito tacos, which is hard to believe, but it's been so good. And with it being hot, that cool crispiness, I could eat salads pretty much for dinner and not cook and just change them up a lot when it's hot out. So that's what I'm looking forward to today. I hope you guys have good OMADs that you're looking forward to or eating windows or whatever. If you're having a down day, I hope it's amazing. So I'm gonna keep going here. Let's see. Nurcan, hello. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining. Hi, George in beautiful Arizona. We were just talking about Arizona. My son wants to do track and field, but there's nothing around here locally for like 7 and 8-year-olds that's a team. And I said some states, and I said I bet Arizona does with you guys having beautiful weather and can actually do outdoor activities most of the year. I bet you guys have like year-round track and field younger than we do here. But I hope you are enjoying the beautiful Arizona weather. It's gorgeous here in Michigan too. Hi, Janelle. Love seeing you guys. Say hi to everyone. You're here on time and happy to be here. Well, I'm happy you're here too. Thanks for joining, Janelle. It always is so nice that you guys take time out of your day to join. I love chatting. I love getting to know you guys. Broccoli saw my mom likes that idea for a base of a salad. It is so good. I got the idea. Someone had asked for me to do 500-calorie meals from Trader Joe's, which I'm in the process of doing, but I did a Trader Joe's haul and I saw it there and I wish all of these sold it. My local Walmart does, so I just picked some up because I ate through my Trader Joe's bag so quickly, and I've been like wanting it literally every day. I probably will keep eating it every day, but it is so, so delicious. And bonus, it doesn't wilt like sometimes lettuce goes bad quicker, but I'm kind of mixing the two or just doing the broccoli. But if you try it, Mom, I hope you love it. Kim2C says, good afternoon, Jackie, Joni, and everyone. Love the Olympics, especially gymnastics. I love gymnastics too. It's just hearing you say that made me excited. So I don't even know what's going on. This guy's pretty good. My favorite male gymnastic, I don't know his name, but the Chinese overall expected to win. He has been amazing to watch. It's very distracting as I'm trying to edit at the same time. So I'm probably not working as efficiently as I could be, but I am enjoying it. I'm glad you guys are too. I also love beach volleyball. We're going to try to catch the track and field for Calvin. We've also we downloaded Peacock app or we signed up for a month just so we could watch the Olympics, but it's really nice how it's super organized and you can just find highlights. Like I watched the highlights of the skateboarding medals and that was super cool. Just seeing the placing and like the tricks. Like I didn't have to sit and watch all of it. I don't really know anything about skateboarding, but I think it's really cool to have that. Let's see. St. Louis Animal Man said the last month has been up and down. First of all, hello to you. Sorry. There have been days I don't have a fast in me. I'm lightheaded or tired or life stresses me out or life stresses eat at my discipline, backbiting the next day. You know, I'm really sorry that you're having those difficult times, but I commend you and I'm super proud that you are first acknowledging it. And then also you're fighting the next day. So good for you, not giving up. I haven't ever had times where I just stop fasting, but I definitely every once in a while have days where I'm like, okay, longer eating window, and that happens. But you can get back at it, and I'm cheering for you, and I'm glad to see you here. I've officially lost my comments now. George says it's 95 degrees. Whew, I don't know. Let me see. It's pretty warm here. I was kind of surprised how warm it is. I don't know what the actual temperature is right now. I'm going to see. Here in Kalamazoo, it's thinking, so I'll give you, but 95 is not what it is. It's 86 with a high of 88 today. Pretty toasty. Hi, Harold in Washington. I hope you have an awesome day too. You guys, this is what's happening. My son is just staring at me. It's very distracting. I very much look forward to lives when he's in school again. I'm not trying to wish away summer, but lives are so much more enjoyable when he's not here. Am I really hungry right now? No, I feel really good. I think I don't know if you fast or not, or if you're a new faster. First of all, yay for Olympics, but I don't feel hungry most of the time. If I like think of the salad, do I look forward to that? Yes, but it's not like I'm sitting here hungry, having a hard time. I have iced coffee. I couldn't remember if I got coffee or tea. I have my hot coffee I've had today. I've had water, and I feel very satisfied with that. I look forward to my eating window, but I'm not hungry, if that makes sense. So I don't feel hungry most of the time. It definitely didn't happen that way to begin or to start with, but that is like for the most part, I feel not hungry. And then when I get to my eating window, I enjoy it. So I don't feel hungry right now, but it takes a while to get there. Smiling says the Trader Joe's cruciferous crunch. I'm sorry. I love cruciferous vegetables. It just took me a second. It's also a good base. I'll have to look for that. Is that like, I'm guessing there's like cauliflower in it and broccoli. I'm trying to think what else would be in there, like purple cauliflower. I'm not sure. Maybe. What? Stop it. Very distracted. But that sounds good. I'll have to look for that next time I go, which might be next week. Dustin Wheeling says, what do you eat for your one meal a day at Subway or Skyline Chili? Never seen those yet, but was curious. So I haven't ever been to a Skyline Chili. I don't know if we have them in Michigan, but I've never ate there. I have made like spaghetti, chili, cheese, onion, like inspired at home for dinners, but I've never been to a Skyline Chili. For Subway, I have not been there in years and years and years, but just last week I recorded what I eat in a day, and Subway was in there because I don't know if you guys remember, I did this with my kids or my girls. It was months ago, but I never did it with my son, where my son picked my one meal a day, and he is a Subway fan. All my kids love to get vegetable subs. They don't get cheese. They just load it with a ton of veggies. But he built me a sub, and the video will come out soon, maybe today. Maybe I'll do that one today. And he put roast beef, and he did American cheese, and he did chipotle sauce and so many vegetables, and he put it on Italian urban cheese bread. It was a foot long, and then he got me Cooler Ranch Doritos and a Diet Dr. Pepper, and then he picked out ice cream for dessert. So that wasn't from Subway, of course, but he did a really good job. It was delicious. It built the sub that I probably like. I don't know that I've ever put. Oh, he put avocado, like avocado and roast beef. I don't know why I wouldn't have done those together, but it was really yummy, and he made it for me. So maybe that'll be my short today. So look for it. But I haven't ate at Subway in many years. Just because if I want a sub, I tend to go to Jimmy John's just because it's really close and I love their beach club. But I would love to eat at Skyline Chili. I love chili. Ebony says, hello, Jackie. Hello, Ebony. Popping in from Arkansas. I absolutely love every video you make, and I think I've watched just about all of them. Any other intermittent fasting bloggers you would recommend? To be honest, I don't really watch other fasting channels too much. I do watch Ryan's shorts. I really like his. If you've watched Ryan Johnson, and you probably or others have noticed that I have adopted or copied his style of like, here's everything I eat, my one meal a day at name restaurant. That was with his permission, and actually he suggested I do it. But he's the only other fasting that I watch regularly. I've seen like watched some of Autumn Bates, but she doesn't really like vlog, and I don't follow as much of like a diet within my eating window. So I look for other fasters for advice on things like breaking a longer fast or maybe tips, but I don't really know of others that I watch really that I can think of. There's some people on Instagram that I really like. I can't think of Vanessa's name, but she shares a lot on Instagram. I can't think of her handle. My friend Kieran shares a lot on Instagram, and she coaches. She's much more active there, and I think she's on TikTok, but I don't really do much on TikTok. So I see more. April Pinto is on Instagram, and I like seeing people's like day-to-days more on Instagram than me watching on YouTube. But those are the ones that popped to my head, and I'm sure there's others, and I'm really sorry that I missed them because I don't want anyone to feel left out. Geez, I can't think of her name. She also Identifast. She shares a lot, and I think that I really like her content. She's a mom, and I really like watching her on Instagram too. That's her handle. Guys, I told you this doesn't have to be short. My son is literally this far from my computer staring at me because he doesn't care that I've asked him to give me this time to do this. Mom life. Rhonda says, hi, Jackie. You look great in the color. Thank you. I recently started incorporating OMAD, and I'm wondering if you ever worry about getting enough protein with OMAD. I'm over 50, and that's my only concern with OMAD. Thanks for all you do. Love your content. First of all, thank you. It's a yes and no question. For many, like probably at least the first almost 3, probably at least 3 years, I didn't really consider protein too much. And then last summer, so right around 3 years, I did try like looking into what would make more protein. And then this past year, I did I went on a challenge for an entire month. I think it was in April, where I made myself outside of the entree. So if I was having, say, steak and mashed potatoes for dinner, I didn't count the protein of that. I added an extra 50 grams. I felt great. I didn't really notice any like weight differences or anything. I still at this point don't measure, but I do try to add protein. So like when I'm making a salad, I add garbanzo beans, or I make sure I put a cheese on there. And the cool thing is I feel like it's given me permission to even step further away from diet life. Like in my previous life, I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna have a salad, but I won't put cheese on it. Well, now I think, well, adding cheese and shredded chicken to a salad actually makes it more filling, more delicious, and adds more protein. So I like thinking of like I don't feel bad about additions like diet life would have maybe made me think. Um, and so I try to add protein to things. I also like if I'm getting a cheeseburger, I don't feel bad if I put a double meat patty on it, like, that kinda stuff, and that's probably a bad example, but, like, even when I'm making breakfast for dinner now, a lot of times I would do pancakes, and I wouldn't always have a meat or make eggs. Now I just do it because I know adding more protein to the meal would be good for me. So I don't measure or make sure I get a certain amount, and I don't necessarily worry about it, but I am more conscious of trying to add it in there. Or if I want at the end of my eating window to make a protein shake, I'll do that. Or just having a bowl of cottage cheese. Like I have developed snacks that I know that I like that are protein, and I like that. So I don't think about it on like a tracking level, but I do try to make sure I get more protein than I did before. So I consider it with my meals, but not from like a punitive thing. Like, I can't have this because there's no protein. It's just like, this is a really stupid example, but it's one that I've thought of and I like continue to think of. If we're getting a box of candy to watch a movie, well, Goobers has, I think, like 12 grams of protein in it. It's peanuts covered in chocolate, and Raisinets has no protein. So then I'm like, I will consider like, hey, I'll eat this instead of that one because it has protein. And then I just take that into consideration. Am I still having candy during a movie? Yes, but I'm taking that into consideration and making decisions that way. It's a enjoyable way to incorporate it because I don't feel restrictive, and I'm not saying, like, I can't eat things without protein, but if I'm deciding between 2 things, I'll choose the one with more protein, if that makes sense. Um, oh, Ron, would also love to hear more about your glass blowing class. Sounds so fun. That is 100% just, Elsie. So I've been enjoying getting to see it during pickup. She's gone with a friend, one of her best friends. It was actually their idea to go. I did drop off and pick up the first 2 days, and then his mom is doing the second 2 days. So that's why Elsie's not here. But it's so cool. I'm 100% gonna do an adult. They call it make it nights. So you can do barware. They have swizzle sticks, or you can make a tumbler or a pint glass, or you can do even decorative stuff. But they're glass artists in town and they have a whole studio, and then you can go make things in a couple-hour event. It is super cool. And Elsie's was just a 12-hour class. So 4 days in a row, 3 hours. And every day she makes a project. And then on Friday, she doesn't have the class, but we get to go and have like some sort of a event where she shows off what she's made, and then it gets to be on display if she chooses to leave it there for a month during Kalamazoo's Art Hop where people go around. So I'm really proud of her. It really pushed her outside her comfort zone because she doesn't love to go new places with new people, but she did both of them and she's loving the class. I'm actually super jealous. Let's see. My mom, Grandma Joni, says, "Can Kel draw me a picture right now of anything and you show me at the end?" Let's see. Cal, do you want to write or draw Grandma Joni a picture? We'll see. He says, "Sure." Okay, let's see. Cruciferous crunch. I cannot and will not try to say that live 3 times. It says kale, purple cabbage. I was wrong. Purple cauliflowers, I guess. And I believe Brussels sprouts. Yum, that sounds super good. I love shredded Brussels sprouts. Yummy, yummy. That sounds delicious. I'm gonna have to look for that. Thank you for sharing. Let's see. Jewel says, "Hi, Jackie." Hi, Jewel. I wanted to share that I'm reading Life in the Fasting Lane, and I really like it. It's really easy and good presentation by all 3 authors. I checked it out from the library. I like the exact same thing. I think it's easy to digest. I like that there's 3 different point of views and that it's male and female, medical, not medical. I think you hit all the points. I really enjoyed that book too. I have it in my personal library. My library does not carry any fasting books, like barely any. I had to go to our local university's library to check some out, and then I ended up just buying them. But I have been disappointed because I've checked a few times and they've never added anything. But I live in a smaller community, but they have really great resources. So I was just kind of surprised that they haven't bought or added any fasting books. Let's see. Connie Joy says, "Struggling in South Carolina to adjust when I should be taking my vitamin supplements. I recently read that ingredients and I'm convinced I'm breaking my fast when taking them. My struggle is letting go of taking them every morning and evening like I usually do and only taking them when I eat. Any tips or advice?" Well, first of all, I know you know this, Connie, but I just have to say it for my own peace of mind. I'm not a medical professional and I hate giving anything close to medical advice because it's obviously not what I'm here to do. But also, I'm going to say I probably don't have the best approach when it comes to this. I take the Gem multivitamin in my eating window. I really like it, but it's hard for me to remember. I like it much more than like a pill, but I still have a hard time taking it every single day. But if I do take it in my eating window because it's real food. Um, and I wouldn't move that because I do agree there's probably instances where you're breaking your fast. There's also times I take, and this is again, it's not medical advice, but I take like if I have a headache and I'm in the middle of a fast, I will take medicine to relieve my headache. I don't do it often, it's not my default, but it's more important for me to take care of the headache than to have a perfect fast. Same with chewing gum. If I'm going to be face to face with someone and I know my breath is stinky from OMAD, I'm not going to not do what I think is important just to be perfect. Now, taking vitamins is going to be an everyday thing. Taking your supplements is going to be an everyday thing. Honestly, I would just prioritize is being perfect more important than and I don't know what your supplements are. Like some things would definitely break your fast probably more than others. Like taking a capsule of fish oil, I don't know what that's going to do to your digestion and breaking your fast versus taking, I'm trying to think, like, what do people take in the morning? Um, I can't even think of, I can visualize it. I can't think of what it's called. But basically, there's different things that are going to break your fast, different amounts, I guess. I would kind of decide how do you feel, one, if you take it in the morning, if you take your supplements and your vitamins in the morning like you normally do and you continue fasting, does it make it hard? Does it make you feel like you're hungry? I would do something differently then if it does make you hungry. If you can take it and you don't feel hungry and those are important supplements to you and taking them in the morning makes it more likely that you're going to be able to do it, I think you have to figure out what works for you. I don't take supplements in the evening or in the morning, so I haven't had to deal with that, if that makes sense. Um, but I wouldn't strive for perfection and then give up on fasting or strive for perfection and then forget to take your supplements and vitamins that are important to you. I would kind of try to find a balance, test, and just kind of see what works. But um, I do think that you're right. You're probably breaking your fast if you're going by a clean fast standard. But I don't think that that means you have to totally change a routine that works for you if you can find a balance. I don't know. Also, some things like I'm trying to think, what's the one that magnesium, people take that at night before you sleep. Well, if you have a noon eating window, noon to 2, it's not really gonna help you if you take it at noon. So you have to just find a balance of why you're taking it then. Can you move it? And I'm not a big, huge supplement person to know otherwise. George says, Jerome, finally, I'm guessing it's finally fasting on YouTube. Good. Thank you for the recommendation. Woolly Tresses is restarting. I get hunger sooner when I have too much bread. You know what's funny? Ryan pointed that out to me when he and I were talking. This was last year, that he said if he has desserts, he notices his eating window is harder the next day. I honestly don't have that problem. Um, and I think, and I'm not saying that he's not fat adapted or that you're not metabolically flexible, but I get to a pretty steady blood sugar level after my OMAD. And I think that has a lot to do with it. If you still have pretty high glucose spikes and maybe a roller coaster, that could be your just need to get fat adapted or metabolically flexible. If I have like an extreme, like maybe if I have an overboard date, and I'm not saying like binging or anything, but where maybe you went to the circus and I ate a bunch of fried foods and had, deep fried cheesecake and an elephant ear, just more extreme days, I could see that I would be having blood glucose spikes and that can make you hungrier the next day. Um, so maybe the further you go, the more you'll have stabilized blood sugar and that could help you. Or Just realizing that making or eating too much bread is not the decision you want to make, and that you'll feel better by not doing that. Carly says, down 60 pounds as of today with a combination of carnivore and fasting. My goal is to get where you are using OMAD and enjoying a variety of foods. 20 more pounds until I reach my goal. Good for you, Carly. Woohoo! I love it, and I wish I had advice on like changing your diet once you get to a maintenance. That's gonna definitely be like a give and take, figure out what works. I just when I lost the weight, I didn't change what I ate because I didn't really want to do to do that. But I am amazed. 60 pounds. That is so, so awesome. Good for you. Sunkissed by TMH says, I definitely do 2 meals a day. That's awesome that that works for you. I love that fasting can be so different for so many people and people still find success. I love it. Jules gonna buy the book to help going forward. I love that, and I love having that's why I don't love to have a bunch of books, like, if I read a novel, it's coming from the library, it's going back, I don't need to read it. But when I have resources, I like to be able to reference them, highlight them, bend my pages, make notes, and I need it to be my copy to do that, so good for you. Ginger says, I caught your live, love my element, just got another box. I do use your code, just wish I could drink this in my fasting window. Well, Ginger, I don't know if you saw my recent video, but I do sometimes still drink my element. It's just not a clean fast. I don't know how it would make you feel. But I got to the point where I was like you, like, man, this flavor is so good. And I started experimenting simply for a video, and then I liked it. But even play around, see what works for you. I do think a clean fast is best for anyone listening, but I do love my element. And I wonder what flavor you just got. Let me know. Getting element in the mail is like super, it feels like a Christmas morning. Will I ever bring back the podcast? Cool Water wants to know. I would like to. I just had such a horrific, I recorded with 2 people who took time out of their day. They prepped for it, and then it didn't work electronically. I had an issue. The recording was awful, and I didn't know it until we were already done. Honestly, that is super traumatizing to me because I hate wasting people's time. I feel solely responsible, but I also didn't know it, and I don't know how I would know going forward in the future. I literally hated that I wasted their time. That was kind of the nail in the coffin to me. But then I also I had so many appointments for my kids, specifically one of my daughters. And every single time something would pop up, it was when I had, like, I'm meeting Joe to record. And suddenly the doctor's only available at that exact same time. And then I hate that for the past 8 years since I quit my job, my schedule was my own. And so I could fit anything around it. And that was the only thing that I could not say, like, if it came down to it, I can cancel a live, I hate doing that, but if a doctor's only available then, I at least didn't have someone's one-on-one scheduled to me. So those are the 2 things, like having the awful recording experience and not knowing it until afterwards and wasting those 2 ladies' times made me feel awful. And then just having the difficulties of a time commitment and juggling my kids' needs, it was just like, I need to take a break. I would love to get back to it. Maybe when the fall school year comes, I can do it again. I think I have good connection and everything going in the internet upstairs. I started doing my lives again up there, and that's where the recording issue was. And it was pretty good. And we had reset and did some stuff. I just would hate for that to happen again. I feel like my heart racing just thinking about it. I would like to. Jen Cross says, hi, Jackie. Hello. I am at 2 years intermittent faster that is recently struggling with gaining weight and having trouble getting back on the wagon and tightening up my window. Any suggestions? I honestly, so I feel like my weight, it fluctuates a little here and there. And the only thing that I do is just like Jen Stevens. I don't know if you've read her books. She calls it window creep. So if you notice that you're getting comfortable and you're feeling good and your window stays open longer, it is kind of shrinking it or shrinking. I don't really cut back. I always cut back time is what I do, not what I eat, because I have a much easier time fasting more and then cutting back. I don't feel like I've ever had weight gain, but I've had, window creep. That's cute, Cal. And I think just remembering, like, what feels good, what fasting has brought to your life, and, like, focusing on the good things of it instead of like, "Oh, I need to do this." And then even if you have shorter eating windows, make sure you enjoy them. So, um, I wouldn't cut back your hours, like, close your eating window more, and also do, like, and I'm not gonna have foods that I enjoy. I'm gonna have diet, blah, blah, blah. If you do too much at once, it's gonna feel overwhelming. So I would try to think, are you gonna tighten your eating hours, or are you gonna maybe delay desserts 4 nights a week? There's a lot of different things you could play with. I haven't Cal, please. Not much longer. We hit 30 minutes. That's what I told him my goal was. So we'll get through these, and I'm gonna go in just a second, bud. Um, but I would focus on what you love about fasting and how you can make tweaks to keep the things that you love, enjoy your eating windows, but maybe it is a down day and an up day. That could still be variety where you're making a short-term sacrifice of a long fast. That has always been helpful to me. I don't know if you do those. But I wouldn't try to change everything at once. Make small incremental tweaks, see what tweaks help you, and then focus on all the great things that you love about fasting. But good luck. I'm sorry you're dealing with that. That sounds frustrating. Shackney Spears says, "Hi, everyone. Hi, Transformation in Progress. Greetings from New York City. Cannot wait to get there someday. My mom cheering for the 60-pound weight loss. Yes. And transformation in progress as I'm finally back down to my adult normal fat weight of 185 pounds. I'm a 61-year-old woman, 5'3". I've lost 85 pounds in 9 months of keto intermittent fasting and 50 pounds from my healthy goal weight of 135 pounds. That is amazing. 85 pounds down is well over half of your goal. I am so excited for you. Woohoo! Cheering for you. Yay, thank you for sharing. I hope you keep sharing. And yes, a progress and transformation. I love it. And then let's see. Have a great day, George. Cal, do you want to show Grandma Joni your picture really quick? Here's the picture. Mom challenged Calvin to make art to leave us alone. Oh, I know you know that. Okay, and so here's what he came up with, and then we're gonna say goodbye. Oh, he doesn't want to come over here. He made a cute little penguin. Good idea, Mom. Thank you. What an adorable penguin. Does he have a name? Peter Penguin. Oh, it's not Peter. Never mind. I hope you guys have a great day. Mom's cheering for the 85-pound weight loss. I hope you guys have a great day. I will have a short out. It's going to be the Subway one today. And then we will, I'll see you next week live. And then I have a week break. But all the videos in between. Thanks, guys, for joining. Bye.